And now, join your hosts, Keith Reynolds and Charlene Chamberlain.
Well, good morning. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee, and I'm here with my show co-host, Charlene Chamberlain. Good morning, Char.
Good morning.
Yes, I am wearing a hat.
Is that because you're afraid the trees are going to fall on you?
You know what? I'll tell you what. I am a little scared of that.
Yeah,
but
we had a really severe storm. I think they said it was possibly a tornado.
there was
in South
tornadoes.
Jersey last night.
There was a couple tornadoes. There was a couple tornadoes down in Washington Township, here in Mount Laurel, where I am not, like, Church Road is right down the street from me.
Yeah.
And that's why my power's out.
Yeah,
So,
please, people, look after your neighbors, just check on everybody.
Especially if they're Char.
Yeah, I'm okay. Thankfully, I'm okay. I just had a microwave blow up last night. That was about it. It was like Fuji Speedway trying to get in here this morning.
Yes,
Trying to
trying to
avoid
get to
all
the
the
studio was
debris
unbelievable.
down, and there were lights out everywhere. But
That's right.
speaking of Fuji Speedway,
Yes.
which leads me to our guest this morning. It's Chris Scafario, and he is the co-founder and organizer of this wonderfully fun event that happens every Saturday. It's called Cars and Coffee. Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Thank you. Thank you for
We have to
having
bring
me.
morning coffee to Cars and Coffee.
We should. We definitely
That
should.
would be definitely fun. So tell us about Cars and Coffee.
So Cars and Coffee meets every Saturday morning, roughly between 8:30 and 11 o'clock, or until our wives tell us to come home. That's kind of the unspoken rule.
Well, wait, don't women come to this too?
There are a couple ladies that are really interested in the hobby, so that's great. They're all always welcome, and we're happy to have kids come and really get an early taste of the hobby, because it's really important to look at it as kind of a family type of atmosphere. And we do our best with fundraising and a lot of events over the years to kind of support that. So it's sharing the hobby and kind of going after a lot of good causes to support local charities.
So how did Cars and Coffee begin? What was it, your idea?
Well, I would love to lay claim to that, but I was inspired by a rich tradition out in California where a group of primarily sports car and exotic car collectors get together. They meet a little bit earlier than this. They're braver. They meet at 6 and they end at 8. That's not an East Coast thing, I don't think. No. So they meet every Saturday.
Wait, I know why they do that.
Why is
because
that?
the traffic is so bad.
Probably.
That's why.
Well said. Well said. So we were kind of inspired by that, and a group of friends that I've had over the years really. They kind of oriented themselves more towards the imported classic sports cars and the more late model exotics. If you look around our community, a lot of the local car shows don't really support that kind of hobby.
So tell us, what would those cars be?
It could be anything from a classic 356 Porsche to a Mercedes-Benz 280 SL or Jaguar E-Types on up to, we just recently had a Mercedes McLaren SLR. So that is an incredibly rare vehicle, probably a handful in the country.
Wow.
And the owner just showed up to get some coffee and shoot the breeze.
That's
Now,
great.
is Jags fall into this?
Yes, I actually
Jaguar.
have an E-Type, the
Yeah,
71.
I love Jags.
Me
I love
too.
Jags. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Jag and Porsche.
Very classy.
Yep.
I'm partial, and I don't like the jokes that people make about them, because I'll proudly say that I've had 6,000 miles on mine in 2 years, and I haven't broke down. So
Well, that's good. Ours was, we had one, it was I went 2. Well, actually, through this lifetime, we've had 3, and always in the shop. One was always in the shop.
I swear I'm the anomaly. People ask, "Oh, you have a Jag? Do you know how to work on that?"
Do you?
I do.
do.
I've
Well,
learned a lot. I
that's
will
a
say
help.
there's been a learning curve.
Yeah.
You know what? But I think it's also maintaining. I think that a lot of people just get in the car and go. So
Well, most people just want to do that today.
Yeah, but you need to understand it. I mean, you really do. You need to understand cars. You need to, I wouldn't say you need to go out there and change the oils and stuff, but you need to know, hey, it's time for an oil change. Hey, something's, kind of sounds funny. My kid's a car nut. I mean, he has a Subaru though, and they have like this group, and there's like hundreds of them.
Subaru group?
Subaru group. It's
Wow.
insane, and they have all these hooked
He
up
should
cars.
bring them
But
to Cars and Coffee.
well, a Subaru doesn't really kind of fit in their thing.
Oh well,
but
It's
we've
any
had
car,
about
right?
a half dozen last Saturday.
Yeah.
A half dozen Subarus.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is though, he could come home and say, hey, my car was kind of riding kind of rough, and like, my wife will look at me like, what?
What's that
And
mean,
I think
right?
like, what are you doing in your car now? But that's how you really, to put the money out there, you have to, be able to kind of know things.
Take care of it too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, my other one has a Mercedes or a Beamer. Got Beamer and said, "Hey, Dad, this is cool." And I said, "Guess what? When something goes wrong, it's going to be uncool to you."
Yeah.
Because the first week he had 2 flat tires.
Oh.
$450 a tire for those run flats.
Yes.
He's like, "This is not fun, Dad." I said, "I told you, dude. I told you." But you just have to know how to take care of it.
Sure.
So.
Right. So how did Cars and Coffee actually begin?
Well, a group of us were at a show, and we felt a little bit like outcasts. There were about 6 of my closest friends. We were the only guys with kind of the import cars,
right.
the import classics. And we said, you know what, maybe we could get together and try and do something a little different, where we don't need to sit around from 8 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
We just go out. We don't need to worry about lawn chairs. We kind of meet up,
right.
get some other people around, not worry about being judged, in some form of contest. Let's just share the passion, share the hobby. And then it was kind of decided, let's kind of build a website, start a Facebook presence, and use all the kind of low cost, no cost marketing resources that are out there to spread the word. And what's really interesting is it's almost a twofold community, which is a rarity in the collector car world, where we have such a strong Facebook audience now. There's like 1,600 fans.
That, are they mostly local?
No, they're from all over the world. They're from Istanbul, Singapore.
Great.
We have a lot of guys that love photography, right? So they'll take pictures of anything and everything, and people just love, we'll have 200 cars at a show or at a meet, and then 500 likes of the meet that night. So it's really neat to see how the kind of shift is out there of, people still come together in a conventional way and get to know each other, but there's just a strong viral network just sharing the passion online and saying, that's great, asking questions, connecting with each other.
Right.
It's really been an interesting kind of transition.
Okay. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with Cars and Coffee.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Your credit score is yours, and at Experian Credit Expert, we want to help you really use it. With access to helpful Experian experts over the phone and online, we can help you use it to get a better idea of what info the banks have on you. Use it to get more choice of mortgages. Use it to make your money go further. Take the next step to improving your financial future with your free 30-day trial at Experian.co.uk.
Here at Freppi's Tex-Mex, you can definitely taste the freshness in our food. You should definitely come to Freppi's because it's a great place. You can bring your family, very kid-friendly. All my servers are amazing, friendly people. Everyone here is just happy to serve, and I think it shows. The thing that sets us apart is the quality and freshness of our food. And I think once you try it, you'd be coming back. I'm Joe DeSario, co-owner of Freppi's Tex-Mex in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Hey there, everybody. This is Scott Tanker, host of Lunch with the Boss on RadioVisionNetwork.com. I want you to visit me each and every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, where we have special guests talking about the dynamics between employees and employers. We talk about their business. We let our audience know, that's you folks, what these businesses are all about and how we can make the working environment better, while at the same time learning about the local businesses here in the Delaware Valley. So, I'm host of Lunch with the Boss. My name is Scott Tanker. I want to see you here every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Be there, be square. Thanks a lot.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Well, welcome back. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee, here at my show co-host Charlene Chamberlain.
And we're here with Chris Scafario from High Octane, New Jersey.
Yes.
And he is the co-founder and organizer of Cars and Coffee, which meets on Saturdays at the ALoft in Mount Laurel.
That's correct, yes.
And it doesn't cost anything, right? You
No.
just, what do? Just show up
Just
with your
show up.
car and get some coffee and stroll around?
All are welcome, everyone's welcome, and it's a great way to kind of immerse yourself in the automotive community around South Jersey.
So there's always a car show on Saturday mornings in Mount Laurel.
There is.
Because of you.
And the good people that show up every weekend.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
Now, during the break you mentioned that you're involved with Deborah.
Yes. So about 2 years ago, when we got Cars and Coffee kind of rolling in our community, we thought that it was important to do more than just kind of celebrate the fact we all have cool cars and get together.
So you do a give back.
Yes. So we kind of looked around some of the organizations in the area, and we've partnered over time with things like Wounded Warriors, kind of contributing ad hoc.
Yes, I know who. I've worked with them.
But we really got a great exposure to the Deborah Heart and Lung Foundation through one of our co-founders.
Mm-hmm.
And he took us down there, he gave us a tour, met with the president and the CEO there, and we thought about, what could we do to really help? And the notion of their pediatric unit and the kids that are in there in really high stress environments came up. So, we got in the what if, how could we mode. And from there, it really became obvious that, a quick way of kind of reducing some of the stress within their pediatric unit would be to, what if there was a big room filled with toys where every patient could come in and just have a pick of the litter.
Right.
So for the last 2 years, we've been set up where we start in July collecting toys for our what we term the Santa Claus Rally. And right around December 15th or thereabouts every year, we have about 100 cars parade from Mount Laurel down to the facility at Deborah in Pemberton. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. Last year we collected about 2,500 toys. So that's more than enough to make sure that every pediatric patient that gets admitted or is even an outpatient will get a toy, reduce the stress. And there was such a surplus last year that we were able to help a lot of families in need and some military families whose parents might have been actively deployed. So it was a win-win-win, and it's only helped our cause grow and the participation of the local community really expand.
That's really pretty wonderful.
Thank you.
Really, I bet those kids are just like, whoa, oh my gosh.
It's the best
Santa
feeling.
was here.
It's the best feeling in the world. I mean, it really is tremendous.
Okay.
Sure it is.
Now, you know what? You guys, so you're there every Saturday, right?
Yes.
Any breaks in holidays or anything?
No, typically what stops us in our tracks is snow and rain.
Yeah.
So we are brave in that we try to go through the 12-month cycle of let's meet every Saturday from 8 to 11. But sometimes when it's about 24 degrees and the wind is blowing,
it's a little chilly.
It's maybe better to meet for breakfast at a diner somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So, can you sort of give us a little bit of a list of some of the cars that could possibly be there on a Saturday morning?
Sure. I'll start with one of mine because it's kind of a
let's
rarity.
talk. I know you have some unusual cars.
2 years ago, I actually bought a pretty rare British car that's called a Marcos GT.
Marcos GT.
Yes,
Is it a GT?
The model is called a GT, and it's one of 30 in the country that was actively campaigned as a race car in Europe.
Right.
But since it's so old, we're able to actually use it on the street and kind of enjoy it. Because back in the 60s and 70s, there was little demarcation between what was a race car and what was a street car.
Let me ask you a
wait,
question.
hold on. I think we have some pictures.
Yeah, I think we do have some pictures.
Yeah.
Do we have some pictures?
I think we might have some. Hold that thought. Okay, is
I
that
was
it?
going to ask you.
That's actually a Jaguar. That's
Okay, I
a
can't
71
see
Jaguar
E-Type.
Wow.
And there's a
Is that
Cobra.
yours?
That one is mine as well.
Oh,
yeah.
very nice.
And there's a Cobra behind that.
Oh, I see it.
Yes.
With the stripe?
Yes, the white
Yeah.
and
Wow.
Now,
Oh,
This is actually a
listen
great.
to us. Ooh,
This
we
is a
want
great
that
shot. That's a Porsche Spyder replica, much like the one James Dean had. But what's more important in that
beautiful.
photo is you can see the toy collection, all the toys that we've
Look at
gathered
that.
being
Wow.
loaded up into a truck that the Garden State Corvette Club loaned us
Nice.
to basically deliver the toys to
Very
Deborah.
nice.
And there's the Marcos.
Look
So
at
that's
that.
that's the pride and joy of.
I've
of
never seen that.
Yeah, like I said, there's about 30 of them in the country. That went through a nut and bolt restoration down in Florida.
Okay.
So it was a kind of leap of faith sending it from Sag Harbor, New York, where
Is
I
that where you
picked it
bought
up.
it?
Yeah.
Was it in
down-
really bad shape?
It
Rust?
needed
A lot of rust, or?
it needed a lot of undercarriage work and just being put back together. The body's really lightweight fiberglass, and there was a lot of stress cracking, and it was a color change at some point in time.
Is
So I
that-
brought it back to original.
Is that the original color that it would have been?
It's a very
Close
close
to it?
variation of it.
And the interior, is it leather or?
It's actually a vinyl from the 70s, so it's
Right.
really sweaty in the summer and it's
Oh,
not incredibly
sticky.
comfortable.
Yeah.
But
Black
it's
vinyl?
black vinyl,
Yeah.
no air conditioning,
No.
and the windows don't go all the way down.
Oh.
So it's
Be
believe it or
careful.
not, entertaining.
Yeah, I'm sure. Very, very
I
interesting.
thought, you know what, I always, I'm a movie guy. And Austin Powers
Yes.
had that one movie. What is that? Do you remember?
That's an E-Type that's painted like the Union Jack.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Right.
is that one of those or no?
That was the first one,
The
yes.
very
So I
first
was
one,
right.
yeah.
That is
Yeah.
one of those
You're
ones.
right.
Yes.
And then the other one, I think in Will Smith's movie Bad Boys, the first one, where they're racing at the very end. The guy's trying to get away, and they slam into the wall. Because it has a bar right behind him, like a silver bar that
Yes.
goes back. That's
A roll bar.
That was a
Is
Cobra,
that
I
a roll
believe.
bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
I think that was a Shelby Cobra or
So-
a replica. Not
Okay.
a
Right.
replica.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
See, I do watch my cars.
Yes.
You have a favorite car movie?
I'm kind of a Le Mans fan, a Steve McQueen fan. Anything
Okay.
Steve McQueen is
Yeah.
pretty sacred in the collector car community.
Now like the younger generations, the Fast and the Furious. I like Gone in 60
Yes, it's
Seconds.
another good one.
I think that's just a really cool car show or
Yeah.
movie.
So I have a question for you. What is your favorite car? Is it the Marcos?
No, it's actually the Ford GT40.
What? Wait a minute.
It's the point of entry is so radical on one of them. It's probably a $1.5 million car easily, but it's just
Wow.
my favorite.
Okay. We're going to go real quick commercial break. They're going to start throwing stuff at me. We'll be right back.
Here, we have an attractive orange and a distinguished apple. The two similar, but opposites. Theory, a wingman is needed, or perhaps a wing lemon. A friend to the orange and an acquaintance to the apple, the lemon brings the two opposites together. See, with a little fresh thinking, the universe can be surprisingly smooth.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Fitzpatrick's. Deli dine for breakfast and lunch. And at night, gourmet dine for dinner with entrees and specialty sandwiches including certified black Angus cuts of beef and wild-caught seafood, plus catering options for specialty events. Since 1989, Fitzpatrick's, your hometown place with upscale tastes.
Apple Ridge is about freedom. Apple Ridge is about community. Apple Ridge is about home. Apple Ridge, everything you want, more than you expect. Welcome to your new neighborhood. Apple Ridge Senior Living. Enjoy a maintenance-free, affordable luxury lifestyle today. Visit appleridgeseniorliving.com and find out more about the Apple Ridge experience.
I'm Dr. Nadia from Hope Integrative Health. Be hopeful, be helpful, be radiantly beautiful, and eternally regenerative. Our location is in the Green Tree Pavilions on Route 73 South, right across from the Malton 8 Movie Theatre. Our phone number is 856-988-8230. Our website is www.regenerativelasermedicine.com. We have a YouTube channel, New Hope for Skin, that you can tune into every week. And also, if you have any questions and wish to contact us, Deanna, DEANNA, at hopeintegrativehealth.com. Hope to see you soon.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Well, welcome back. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee, here with my show co Charlene Chamberlain.
And we're here with Cars and Coffee.
That's right.
So during the break, I asked Chris what his favorite car was, and his response was...
Well, it was the Ford GT40. Yeah. And, being kind of an English car fan, growing up in an American muscle car kind of household, it was always kind of a logical split because it was a Ford, obviously, by the name Ford GT40, that had a lot of design and influence by Ford in the UK. And the interesting kind of story behind the Ford GT40 is that at that time in the, call it mid-60s, Ford tried to buy Ferrari from Enzo Ferrari, the then founder. And it was kind of a public spectacle because there was very, very public negotiations, leaks from the Italian side saying that this was trying to happen. And the primary objective was for Ford to really have a dominant position in the period racing, sports car, Le Mans, Formula One. So it was better to buy than build at the time. So the logic went. And it was perceived by Ford that there was an agreement made, and they kind of made a big hurrah in the press at the time about it. And then Enzo Ferrari, the very outspoken founder of Ferrari, said, no, I changed my mind. So that was probably, like I said, around 63, 64. And within 12 months, Ford put, at the time, what was rumored to be tens of millions of dollars into the development of this car called the Ford GT40. The primary objective, the sole reason for the car's existence was to beat Ferrari.
Wow.
And every resource they had, literally across the world at Ford R&D centers, was put into building this car. And oddly enough, with American ingenuity and passion and a lot of money thrown at it, Ford was able to really wipe the floor with the Ferrari Le Mans team. Did that for about 2 years, and then Ferrari again used his influence to change the whole rules of the race. So the GT40s that were the dominant players were no longer eligible to race.
Oh, ouch.
So it was kind of a one-upmanship that you really probably wouldn't see in today's modern age. But,
and if you weren't a car collector or really into all of this, you wouldn't even know the story.
No. And it really speaks a lot to innovation and the fact that, American drive and determination really can go places.
Wow. Have you ever had one of those cars?
No. Their cost of entry is just so, they're $1.5 million at least.
So would you say they're one of the most expensive cars?
Some of the Ferraris are into the tens of millions now, but right in Philadelphia you can see all of them. There's a place called the Simeone Museum, and there's a GT40 parked next to a Ferrari from the 50s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a best kept secret.
I had no idea. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I did.
The Simeone Museum?
I'll tell you why after the show.
Ah, okay.
But I did.
Yeah, so if anybody is interested, we go there in group drives a lot of times because every month they pick like 3 of their top genre cars, the Italians, the English, and they'll race them around the track, and it's an opportunity to see millions of dollars worth of hardware just being used.
Yeah. that sounds great.
So, Chris, why don't you give everybody their information, where they can find you on Saturdays and everything, and Facebook stuff?
So, our Facebook page is High Octane South Jersey. You can Google or search High Octane South Jersey Facebook, and you'll find us pretty quickly. We also have a website, which is highoctanesj.com. All of our pictures from the events get uploaded on a weekly basis, so like us on Facebook, visit the website. We try to keep abreast of a lot of the kind of rare, unique car activities that are going on. But if you want to get to know us and meet us face to face, every Saturday between 8:30 and 11 o'clock at 550 Fellowship Road, right outside of Miller's Ale House and the Starbucks, you'll see a lot of great cars and meet a lot of great people.
Awesome.
Sounds like a great Saturday morning.
Yes, it does.
You have to bring your boys.
I know. I'm at the bring Eddie up there. It's
Definitely.
Mr. Subaru. But we're going to take a commercial break. And Chris, thank you for coming on to the
Thank
show.
you, Chris. Nice to meet you.
And we'll be right back with our next guest right after this.
In a world